Hello YouTubers, and welcome to this small introduction for the much long delayed sci-fi weekender blog. This one is the full uncut version, and due to the fact that with the talk of Brian Blessed there's a fair bit of swearing and stuff like that, so apologies for that. Also, I do swear once or twice prior to getting to where the event is, so hence why uncut. I've not had time to get rid of the swearing because it's really not worth the hassle. So there we go on that. There will be a cut version which is mainly just going to be titles, the talks, and then the end credits. So that blog will, not sure when that's gonna go out because I've got 4 events between now, or from now up to about when university for me ends. I've got 1 in 2 weeks, I've got 2 in May, and I've got 1 at the end of June. If you want to know what they are, go on my Facebook page from my YouTube channel and all will be revealed there. So anyway, apologies if this bores the crap out of you, but the length of this blog, it's worth it. It's worth the 1.5 hours, every single bit of it. So, hope you enjoy. Good morning YouTubers, and welcome to Blog 7 Part 2, Sci-Fi Weekender. It is just gone 6:45 in the morning on Friday, and I'm just doing a couple of last minute tests before I set out and get the train. Going to be there round about 1ish in the afternoon. I'll be meeting Daryl, my half brother, at about 3:10, all being well, so should be good there. Apologies for not uploading my midnight blog, but as this is the second part of it, it'll be a 2-parter, so it will all be going up shortly after the event. Right then. I've got all my gear, my stuff, my new character, Henry Saxon. He's going to be debuting this weekend, so kind of nervous about that, but hopefully it will all go well, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye. Arrived at Penny train station. As you can see, there's absolutely fuck all to look at. Sound in there, I don't know if you can see it very well. But basically says Haven you more holding part is in that direction. That'll be what the camera's down, I'll cut that out. So it's in that direction somewhere. So it's going to be fun. I've got a long walk ahead of me, and I was in Daryl there about 3:10, so hopefully everything's all sorted. Okay, so here we are again. Hello, we are almost here, so I'm about to turn right down there. see it. So, put some odds there now. So, lots to do. Sort of accommodation. Get checked in, get changed, and Henry Saxon is go. So see you later. Bye. Go. See out through the trees. Hatha New Moor Holiday Park. We've arrived. This is where the chaos begins now. So let's go try and find the reception. Bye. Hello everyone. It is the end of well, day one. It is 10 to 9 at night, and well, I've had a very eventful day. Got here about 1 o'clock, checked in, and it turned out the room we were staying in was already blocked up by somebody else, so complete cock up there. You know, I'm not going now, that's staying in. Then we ended up getting a caravan, which is kind of a bit of an upgrade from the room we were supposed to stay in. Got a nice warm heat, 2 really small single beds. You can see beds absolutely tiny, it's a joke. Got fridge, cooker, oven, grill, microwave. No toaster, so grilling bread in the morning. Nice little wardrobe there, as you can see. You can probably tell I'm sort of partly wearing my Henry Saxon outfit. The suit, the t-shirt, the trainers, so going with that look for during the day, and the smart look for the night. Don't really know what that's all about. Not really seen anyone, well, any of my old friends anyway, so not seen any of those yet. Dell got there about 10 past 3. Yeah, I got there around about 20 past 3. Took me around about 30-40 minutes just to get from the flat to back to the reception for sorting the accommodation out. So once that was all sorted, got in the room, which is quite cool. Kitchen's quite good as well. So yeah. So apologies for not doing much blogging today. It's a bit of a mad rush, and because I was up since 6 in the morning and I'm really tired. So early night tonight, plenty of blogging tomorrow. So I was 10 to 9. I'm going to get ready for bed and go sleep, and I'll see you all in the morning. Bye. Good morning, YouTubers. It is 11:13 in the morning on Saturday, the second day of SCI-FI weekend. That was already gone out, so I've only just got up. So much to do today. Autographs to get. Go around creating chaos with Henry Saxon when I finally get into my outfit. Gotta say, it's I've got a feeling about today. It's going to be a good day. It's nice and sunny outside. But with it being Wales and we're so near the beach, it'll be cold. But that's what happens when you're in this part of Wales. Yeah. Henry Saxon's going to be at 2 events. This one and the next one, which you already know. Or if not, well, you do now. So I'm going to sort myself out. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to have some breakfast, and then I am going to hit the arenas, as it were, and see who's out there. Who knows? Might bump into River. That'll be funny. And those are Star Wars people. Yes, that'll be interesting as well. Right, okay, I'm going to go. Really, I am going to go. And the next time this is on, I won't be doing a video. It'll be somebody else. It'll be Henry Saxon.
So goodbye for now. Okay, let's have a look, see what I look like. That's not really that bad. Hold on a minute. That wasn't my proper voice. That was like... Oh no. Oh yes, I'm here. No, you haven't. Oh no, it's here. There it is, Saxon. I've got Dr. Hair, what is going on? No, you don't. Oh no. If I were you, I don't look away. I do. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. Right then. People on YouTube and you pathetic human apes. I am no longer Mercy Fountain. Mercy Fountain you all knew is gone. Now, I am the impossible creation, the nameless terror. Some might call me the impossible time, but really? My name is Saxon. Now, we are gonna have some proper fun. Well, I'm gonna cause chaos to everything and everyone on this place. And there isn't a single doctor to stop me. No one can stop me, not today.
To talk to us today is a man who I think he's got to be one of the best doctors, hasn't he? Yes. An actor who seems to never be out of work. He's talented, he sings, he writes music. He's a filmmaker, he's an actor, he's a comedian, he's done absolutely everything. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Peter Davison.
Hello! I couldn't possibly live up to that billing, but thank you very much. Where's my band? I feel like I want to break out into a rock anthem here. It's like a rock concert! Right, okay, I love your guitar this time.
Thank you. Have a seat, have a seat.
Yeah. Oh, incidentally, no taking your photographs during the panel for security reasons. Social security, I'm still signing on. Screwed.
Right, as I mentioned, I hope these mics are picking us up. Yeah, they're going up, they're going to sort them out as we go. As I mentioned at the start, these guys between them have just an incredible career on stage, television, film, collectively between them. And I was talking to Fraser last night, and I discovered, actually to my surprise, that Fraser and Peter have never actually worked together. Unless you can think.
That's true, that's true.
It's amazing, it's astonishing.
How is that possible?
All these things.
We've done panels here in America, in Barking. I was in LA last week, this whole week. LA last week.
You were in LA last week? Oh, I was in Roanoke, Virginia. Not quite as impressive as LA.
Holiday on.
Sorry, we're just talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Carry on.
This is the way we roll. This is the way we roll. So Peter, were you a child actor? I know you kind of started fairly early in your life, but what was the first thing that you ever did?
No, I wasn't a child actor at all. No, I didn't go. I went to drama school at the age of 18. And my first ever, funnily enough, my first ever TV appearance was in The Tomorrow People. Which was, you know, I remember doing The Tomorrow People, and I was thinking, thank the Lord that they're never going to repeat this program. It's never going to be seen again. And then they invented videotape and DVDs, and now it haunts me. It was great fun to do because it was a first comedy story that The Tomorrow People had done, which is a very serious children's program. It's very serious, and we did this three-part, I think it was, and it was funny. And the people, you know, the actors loved it, the producer loved it, the writer loved it, and we were going to be brought back, and then it went out on television, and the children hated it. And so we were dumped unceremoniously. But it was for the best because I got other jobs.
So that was your very first,
my first TV appearance. Absolutely.
So Fraser, you kind of started a bit earlier than 6:30. 6:30.
No, I went to drama school when I was 8 years old. My first ever job was a film called John and Julie, and I was the 454th citizen, which was a crowd scene. Of course, we went to see the film at the cinema. My mum and dad. Oh yes, there you are. They were at all. It's just like trying to pick someone out in the crowd here. And then I did some more crowd scenes. But the thing that sort of I'm very proud of, if I'm back home and some lovies are talking. Well, Sir Lawrence Olivier said to me, and John Gilbert said to me, I said, well, when Charlie Chaplin said to me, what? And I made a film with Charlie Chaplin called King in New York, and that wasn't a crowd scene. I had a couple of scenes with him. In fact, how brave you are. I think I was 9 years old. I said to Mr. Chaplin, I've got an idea for some comedy. Instead of him going, clapping me around the ear going, I'm Charlie Chaplin. I've written, starring, produced, directed this for your turn. He said, what is it, Fraser? And I suggested something. He said, well, if we use your idea there, and then my idea there, then we have a comedy. And that man was so great, he listened to a 9-year-old kid, which a lot of people in our business, you'll agree, they get halfway up the rung of success, and that's it. They stop listening. And I've always remembered Charlie Chaplin. If somebody comes to me in a pantomime, little kid, little babe, Mr. Hyde, I've got a new gag. I'll listen to that gag and put it on stage and tell it, and it'll bring the house down. You never stop listening. I learned that from Charlie Chaplin. You never.
That was one of the silent films, wasn't it, Fraser? That was not a silent film.
Why are you? It wasn't a silent movie. It was a talkie.
Just.
And I had to sit off. He said, can you see me when stars are flashing shiny from Oscar? Will you see whatever you think? It's all right.
Now we're in trouble.
It's on DVD. I'm not plugging it because I don't get any royalties. It's on DVD. King in New York. Charlie Chaplin.
So Peter's first appearance.
No, actually, you're dead right, David. It wasn't an attempt.
I'm Dave.
It was an attempt at the American Space Cowboy.
It was fantastic, but it was science fiction.
Yes.
So Fraser, your first science fiction was
X the Unknown.
X the Unknown.
Yeah, I think that was the first Hammer horror film, directed by Leslie Norman and Barry Norman's dad. Again, I was playing a little sort of 11-year-old Scots boy, and again, that's on DVD, and we were filming by 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to say, Willie, I'll wait for 5 minutes, and then you can come back. And on the tape, I said, I'll wait 5 minutes, and this owl went, I went, make that 3 minutes. Leslie Norman fell off his chair laughing, the cameraman laughed, and instead of getting a bollocky, Leslie Norman said, that's a very funny advert, we'll keep it in. Go for another take. Obviously the owl will not hoot, but I'll dump something on later. So that's what happened.
Amazing.
So the Exio, no, it's with Dean Jagger, lovely man, the American actor called Dean Jagger.
It's one of the first horror films.
Quaking Master. I know that was a TV series, Quaking Master. I think Exio was probably the first Hammer film with a very young Anthony Newton.
So Peter, you started out in kind of comedy science fiction. I mean, where did your career go from there? Did it
Downhill. Comedies, yes. I started off in comedy science fiction, and then I did quite a big series called Love for Lydia for ITV. That was one of those expensive things ITV ever did at the time, because it was all done on video out on location. And lasted, I think I was on it for a year. And then I moved on, before that went out, I moved on to All Creatures Great and Small.
And that was the thing that really kind of...
I suppose that would be my breakthrough.
Yes.
Oh, that was after All Creatures. That was Holding the Fort, comedy series. Yeah, that did come to comedy series.
Holding the Fort was immediately before Doctor Who, pretty much.
It was actually at the same time.
Yeah.
At one point, I have to say, it's never quite worked out as well before. I was doing 3 television series at the same time. So I was doing a series called Sink or Swim at the BBC, Holding the Fort for ITV and Doctor Who for the BBC. And you know, organising ITV and BBC, Holding the Fort and Doctor Who was easy, but organising the 2 shows within the BBC was almost impossible.
Did he pay tax on them?
Do you know, actually, before I got Love for Lydia, when I was out of work, I started this net, I did a couple of things. I think after Tomorrow People, I was out of work for a long period, so I got a part-time job in the tax office at Twickenham. Wow. Yeah. I used to go rooting through all those files you're not allowed to go through. In fact, I can't tell you anything about them because I had to sign the Official Secrets Act. Leslie Crowther.
I'll give you a Chinese burger.
So All Creatures, obviously, primarily a location-based series?
No, I would say primarily still it was studio. It was that strange mix between film and studio, but we did spend, we had a very high proportion of film.
Because I think I always think of it as being like
location. We had those great locations, yes. But I was probably about just under 50% was on location, and it was fantastic. I'd never even heard of the Yorkshire Dales. I drove up north thinking it was all going to be grimy black smoke and very simple. And there was the Yorkshire Dales.
Because of course, Fraser, you were like a Yorkshire affair in there as well.
Yeah, I was born in Yorkshire, lived in Harrogate, and came back to England.
Did you take your passport with you? Did
It's still slightly jet lagged, do you understand? Been out in Gallifrey.
Yes, I very well. No, you're very well.
For something.
And I lived in Chiswick, and we did Doctor Who and other stuff, and then I got Ellendale, and I used to commute every Friday night from Yorkshire TV in Leeds back to Chiswick. And in those days, that's 1972, 345, you could actually 2 hours for London. Nowadays, you couldn't do it. So then I ventured out to the border house up in Yorkshire. My mother moved back up to Yorkshire, and she lived nearby until she passed away. And I now stay in York.
Do you prefer kind of location work or kind of television work? Studio work?
I must say, I like the location because it's cold, then you can actually, you know, act cold.
No acting required. So I like this too, yeah.
What is the worst, Peter? Pretending it's sunny when it's not, or pretending it's well, you know, that's probably really hot.
You know, I don't know, you've got the problem, haven't you? Sweaty sweat on your forehead when you're going. It's I think both are pretty bad. Why do we never get it right?
Yes, you know, you're out there, pretending it's sunny and it's a goose sunbathing.
So do you prefer location or studio, Peter?
I prefer filming those on multi-camera,
Right.
whether it's inside. So I suppose, yeah, it would be location. Yeah. if you're on some tools, obviously.
So multi-camera in that you will do like a whole scene and not have to stop for close-ups and all that kind of stuff. So you just
Well, what happened in the old TV, well, like Doctor Who, you shot like this, you would rehearse for 10 days, and then you go into the studio for a couple of days to record those scenes. So the advantage was you had time to rehearse them, but you're in that kind of rather static environment, like you just cut here, cut here, cut here, and it's always a compromise. When it's filming, it's one camera, sometimes it's a second camera, but it's maybe one camera, and you like that shot. It takes longer, and you have to do your rehearsal within the time it takes.
it's rehearsing.
But it's still, I think, a preference.
We shot ours, from page 1 to page 45 or page 50. In your day, did you do all the TARDIS scenes first, or did you shoot it as a play?
No, you shot them scene, like location, so TARDIS scenes. Because they just have to, it's the same editing.
Yes, there's only allowed 3 edits.
In my day, your name, in the old days, when it was the secret days of Charlie Chaplin. Yes.
So Peter, you mentioned you were kind of working on 2 other shows at the time you did Doctor Who. I mean, do you remember the day you got Doctor Who? I mean,
Well, yes.
how did that kind of pan out then?
Well, John Nathan Turner rang me up and very kindly offered me the job.
So did you go for a rehearsal or not rehearsal?
No, I didn't have to go for an audition because I worked with John on the Features Great and Small, and then he moved on to producing Doctor Who. And I guess that I fitted the bill. I think he just wanted a complete change from the previous Doctors. I wasn't sure he was right because I was the first Doctor who'd actually grown up watching the Doctor. And in my brain, the Doctor was no longer. I think, my favourite Doctor was yay! So when I was offered it, he rang me up and said, would you like, Tom's leaving, would you like to be the next Doctor? I didn't accept it straight away, not because I thought I was not good enough, I just thought,
How old were you?
I was 29.
You're 29.
You'll be the first kind of attractive leading man Doctor.
Yes, except I wasn't allowed to even put my arm around him. I did not get to snog as he does now. Okay, anyway. Such regrets.
That quote will be on Facebook in about 3 seconds.
Anyway, it took me about, I think, 3 or 4 days to accept the part. And I really accepted it largely because I couldn't get the idea, if I passed it, and then they cast somebody else, I really couldn't have gone around going, I was offered that. It's just unethical. So I thought, no, I'm going to have to offer that because I can't possibly not tell anyone I was offered it. So it was great. I loved it.
So Fraser, how did you learn about your role?
My agency, you've got to go and see Innes Lloyd, because I'd worked with Sean Sutton, who's the head of children's TV. I'd worked with 3 or 4 different shows, Silver Sword, Punching Tower, Run to Earth, Cinderella, and I was part of this TV rep company. And I went to see Innes Lloyd, Daily man, hello Fraser, now there's this part of
Excuse me, my phone's ringing.
He's been offered another part.
Another job?
Hello, I'm actually on stage at the moment. Hello. I bet, well, it's going quite well until you ran. Okay, I think I'm going to ring off. Anything exciting? No job offers, no? All right, okay. Oh, Jimmy, okay. All right, bye.
Never get a
That Steven Spielberg's got no idea what time it is over here.
As a part of the exhibition, I'm Sean Saxon, you can do a Scottish accent. So, in fact, you're doing it. Do you want me to read? No, I don't need to know. I'm going to do it. Just 4 episodes. Yeah, so I did it, and we did all the filming first in French and Ponds, and then after about the second episode, we got out French and Ponds.
So yes, yeah, well, I think we did some there as well. Nothing changes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's French and Ponds. The BBC used it for German, London, Russia.
What did you do at French and Ponds, Peter?
I don't know.
You got arrested.
I've definitely filmed the French and Ponds.
Yeah?
Yes, it was one of those places like Black Park.
Yeah.
Just like London, you used to do everything, even though it was on the flight park. It was amazing. We didn't Dr. Who there. Sorry, Fraser.
Oh yes, and so after about episode 2 had gone out of the pilot, was, you know, Innes put his arm around me. Fraser, how do you fancy joining the TARDIS crew for a year or so? So now I can't in it, because I filmed Waving Goodbye with Patrick and Polly and Ben, and left them with Colin with my Laird and Kirsty, played by Hannah Gordon. They went, no, hell with that, no, we'll sort it out. And 2 days later, we went to French and Ponds, this time they filmed me getting into the TARDIS, and Waving Goodbye, and that began 3 of the happiest years of my career. Lovely Patrick. Yes, I like that.
So Peter, I think you were in Doctor Who for 3 years.
I did 3 seasons.
3 seasons, yeah. So how was that as an experience? Or were you just overloaded with other work and...
No, you know, I mean, after a while the comedy series ended, and then I was just doing Doctor Who. I did have a nice little thing going with Yorkshire Bitter, actually. I did a little thing for a beer commercial with Yorkshire Bitter, and I filmed one, and it was meant to go on for 2 years. Quite substantial remuneration. And then they made me give it up because it wasn't compatible with
Doctor Who couldn't be seen enjoying the air.
I can see the Doctor walking around with a pint of Yorkshire Bitter in his hand. Anyway, no, in fact, it was Patrick Troughton who said to me, do 3 years. I have this story, and it's absolutely true. I went in the car park at BBC, and the great thing about if you're the Doctor is they used to let you park in that horseshoe car park in front of the BBC. But of course, it only lasts as long as you're the Doctor. And so I had just got in the horseshoe car park, and Patrick had just been turned away. I should always try it on, you know. Maybe it was a chance of it, but I just parked my car there. I saw Patrick. And oh, sorry.
Vic only had one arm.
That's right, Vic. Well, Vic was quite good.
He only had one arm.
That's right, yeah.
And I got Eric Morecambe. They were rehearsing, and he drove into the second. Vic went, Mr. Morecambe, come this way, Mr. Morecambe. That's the party of Rolls Royce. He said, Mr. Morecambe, you're recording your Christ't special tonight. He said, that's right, yes, that's right, I'm trying. He said,
Do it properly.
and he said, any chance of a couple of tickets for tonight's show? I said, your wife can have a ticket, but you can't. He said, why? He said, well, you can't clap.
Anyway, Patrick said do 3 years.
Did you ever work with Patrick?
Yes, he was in All Creatures Great and Small. He played a character in All Creatures Great and Small. And yes, I think he was in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, that must have been great fun.
It was, yeah.
I guess you had a lot of guest stars coming in.
Yeah, we did. But as I said, he was kind of my doctor, so that was my moment. Wow.
And then bizarrely, you're David Tennant's doctor.
Yes, that's right. It's weird the way the world works. Yes. Yes. Because I think what happened, you know, I was sort of. I like to think I set a trend. You know, when I was cast, I thought, I'm too young for this. But now, looking back from where we are today, I don't seem out of place at the time. And of course, the thing about it, having a younger doctor is all those, you know, look at the doctor and go, yes, that's just like me. So in a way, I think that's the thought process behind casting younger doctors now. And of course, I was David's doctor. He then became Doctor Who. We have the Doctor Who fans who were around when during the time of the classic Doctors. They're all running the show, so it's a sort of self-perpetuating. So
So when you were asked back to do that little kind of time crash episode, time crash, yeah, that must have been a bit strange, perhaps, or was it like coming home?
Well, no, it wasn't like coming home at all. I mean, when Stephen offered, I met Stephen offered, he said, I've written this thing, would you like to do it? Yes, sir. Because it seemed to me that I was slightly worried about the fact that I think we'd just been redesignated the classic series. The new series. So I thought it would be a good way of connecting the two. And so I said yes, and I drove down after the show in the West End on Saturday night to Wales, where it was recorded. Where we are. And we just recorded it in the morning. And it didn't feel like my set, so it wasn't like
Very different TARDIS, wasn't it? Very.
In those days, the TARDIS was just a set that was moved in from filming in 2 weeks, and this was what you call a standing set. Yeah. So it was like
Constantly in one building. Yeah.
so it took a bit of time getting used to it, but it was great fun.
And you've also, of course, got David is now your son-in-law.
Yes, he gets weirder and weirder. There was a moment when they got married when I was doing the father of the bride speech, and where I sort of went down the road and explaining to people how they met, and as I moved along I realised that as Georgie was my daughter, I was the doctor, David is the same person as me, that my daughter actually married her father. I thought it was best to stop there. No, but she has. Yes, it might be. You might have to be a bit of a sugar daddy because I think you're going to be a little one. But I think so. Yeah.
Because I worked with Georgie in Minute.
Oh, did you?
Yes, wasn't telling you.
The Florist Revolution. Oh, yeah. It's a good actress. She's children.
I knew they had one child. Is there another one?
Mine.
George's.
Oh, yeah, there's another one on the way.
Is that hot news? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably out there in the sci-fi community. I don't know.
Well, it is
Anyone
now.
know that she was having another future Doctor? It's going to be like a dynasty.
It is.
I liken it to the sort of Kim Jong-il thing in North Korea. The child is the automatic successor. I'm sorry, all the other actors out there, but the job is taken.
All creatures, did you have to do all the medical stuff like I had to do on Eminem?
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
Oh yes, we had to do that. In fact, they made a T-shirt with a sort of cartoon of one of us, a vet, with his arm up the cow. And I couldn't believe it when they said, well, you're going to have to do this, because that's what vets do. It is, incidentally, what vets do all the time. It seemed to me that even if they were diagnosing a stomach upset, or if they were diagnosing a throat problem with the cow, the first thing they do is arm up the cow. Sort of instinctive, right on the farm, better put the arm up the cow. I remember the first time I had to do it, and it was almost like, I imagine an execution. Oh my lord, in just half an hour I'm going to have my arm up a cow. In just 15 minutes I'm going to have my arm up a cow. 5 minutes! And suddenly you're there, and the only thing I was thinking is, actually this is the only warm part of my body.
We had an electronic. We had an Arab cameraman who was lovely. He would never ever set the first take. Always was, I do second take now with sunny, shining light and dark. And we were filming one day, and the farmer came up and said, listen, to David Green, the director, Daisy's about to carve, why don't we get Fraser and Freddie Wiley playing that? Film it and do the carving, and Mustafa film. Good idea. Genuine carving. So we danced in, Mustafa had his camera there, we got the bale of twine round, and a little pinch came out, we were pulling and carving came out, and a bit more, a bit more, and cleaned it all up, got it breathing, cut, Davis, cut, marvellous, marvellous. But start acting, I'd like to do one more. And so the prop guys, without that, shoved the bugger back, and then I cannot do one more thing, can I?
It's quite hard work, actually. You had to actually put the, well, we did anyway, when we did the carving, you had to put the rope around the leg, going, put the little rope around the leg, and you pull this off, and then its shoulder gets caught, and you're going to push it back in,
It just comes out, and then, no, you've got to go back in. It has to come out, there's Tom Daly, dying.
So you did a genuine carving as well?
Yes, oh yes we did, yeah. And we did a great scene with the folding as well, which is extraordinary. And everyone on the film unit was just sort of mesmerised by this nature. And the folds sort of started to get up. And we thought, we had two children playing James Harriet's children. And we thought, get them down because they'd just be so amazed by this. So we got them down onto the set. And they walked in, looked at the little fold, beautiful fold of the mother, and went, ew, yuck. That's gross.
Nature designed a mare so badly because the udders are down like that, and the leg is like that. The foal is born, he stands up, and he sniffs round, he's going to twist his little head and go like and start sucking straight away. It goes sideways, he goes straight on. And as I bring horses, I see this little foal sniffing, and he's no good, and he has to twist around and get the milk.
What was God thinking?
Guy that ever drank powder. Oh, there's an animal there. I'm going to pull those udders and drink the milk. Who was the first man? Who thought it? Yeah,
Gross, yeah.
You don't drink horse's milk. Why not? We eat horse meat.
Even if we don't want to, we eat horse meat.
I had horse meat last night. I could tell it was horse meat. The jockey kept nicking my chips.
Have you got a little book, Fraser? You write
It's not so little, Peter.
We did a signing in
Can I just say one thing? Steal it from him.
Yeah.
We did a signing in Barking one. We said, oh God, the first time we ever done a signing, we went, oh God, Fraser, you're not going to start telling us all the jokes. I said, no, after about an hour, he said, oh, Fraser, tell us.
So what's one of Peter and your favourite memories from Doctor Who? Favourite memory that stays with you?
Oh, heavens. I don't know. They're not really favourite at the time. In fact, they were sort of nightmare things. You know, like nightmare holidays.
Nightmares are good.
Well, you know, we used to be in those days with BBC. They used to stop filming at precisely 10. They'd either turn, depending on who was causing trouble in the unit, it'd either be the BT to switch the machines off, or the lighting people to switch off. Right, and so you were always in desperate panic. And I remember on 2 or 3 occasions, one particular occasion where we had a very, I think, a climactic scene in one of the episodes, and we rehearsed it for 2 weeks in this particular set, and it worked fine. But then it got to about 5 to 10, and they had no time to write the new set. So they just said, go into this set. And the floor manager said, just go on and start acting. And so we literally had to go on. I think it wasn't a Sidemen, it was some, I can't remember who it was now. But I just remember going, okay, we're here, this is just like live television. And it's going to look like rubbish. It's going to be something much worse than that. And of course it was actually quite thrilling, because you were waiting for the red light to come on when the camera got to you, and then you said your line, and then the other person was waiting. And we were just making it up as we went along. And it was kind of, you know, I guess the excitement of the live television, but you kind of knew it was going to look pretty terrible. Because, you know, unfortunately, a lot of live television did look pretty terrible. It was directed by... I know they do. I'm going to have to look it up now. It was directed by a woman director, not Fiona Coppola. I know, you have to look it up, guys. Or just watch all the episodes again and decide which one was worst. That's what we've seen. But it happened on 2 or 3 occasions when we'd have no time to rehearse, and the cameraman would have no time. So they were simply moving those huge cameras around and trying to find a shot. And then the red light would go on, and then you...
And of course you couldn't even do it the next evening because the sets would be struck back.
No, you'd have to have a remount, and that would have cost lots of money. And the show in those days, as opposed to today, that's the biggest difference today. Today the programme is a BBC prestigious, it's a top of the range, it's what they lead their seasons with. In those days it was a kind of workhorse. Earned the BBC loads of money, sold to 39 countries, but we had budgets cut every year.
To do more and more for less than less.
Do more and more for less than less.
But yourself, Fraser, have you got a favourite memory?
I think, well, yeah, Patrick and I worked together obviously for 3 years, then we went our separate ways. We met now and again to play golf. But then when we came back to do the Two Doctors, my opening line in the Two Doctors was, "Look at the size of that space station doctor." And I changed it to look at the size of that big doctor. And John Nathan turned over, look at the rehearsal. No, it says, look at the size. And Patrick said, no, at the beginning of every story. Jamie always says, look at the size of that big doctor. And I go, yes, Jamie, it is a big one, isn't it? Often you one of those, look at the size of that big
It's actually so I pin it.
Because absolutely, we tried to sneak that in. It's sometimes a Dalek story. When we saw the Emperor Dalek, you know, this huge Dalek, and my line was, look at the balls on that thing, Doctor. You know, we kept laughing, so we changed the rules, I guess. And then in the T-Mat story, they scenes of death, when the cars lands in the museum, on the tape, you know, I walked in and saw this lovely rocket ship. Look at the size of that thing. And we
David Francis got a call now.
I think it might be me calling you.
I'm on stage at the moment. Would you say hello, Emma?
It's my turn next. So Fraser, you mentioned, you know, obviously it was like, you know, one of the happiest times that you'd ever spent. So when you came to kind of the end of that, I mean, how did that come about?
We didn't want to leave, but Patrick and I started to say it's a children's TV show. Of course, at 5:15 on a Saturday, children, you should learn better actor. And my agent was saying, no, darling, you've got 3 years further, and I want you to get you back in the film. So I don't want to leave, we didn't want to leave, and we had to, you know, and I would say if I'd known Leland was going to join the Cards, you know, never left, you know. I was his vision, you see, because Leland and Jamie were the only two that carried knives. We were the only two companions. We are. I can just see, you know, the doctor, the water's rising, it's tied up, I suppose. I'm going to cut him free, and the leader said, I will cut him free with my knife. The two would end up wrestling on the floor, you know. Who was going to free the doctor? So,
That was a dream you had.
I was saying, you know, there wasn't those two nagging us, you know.
But you all kind of agreed to leave at the same time.
Yeah, and then you went to Patrick said, I'm going to leave you two guys. I'm going to leave because I'll never, if John hurts me, I'll never get closer. Closer to his face on my head, closer to my face to his crotch, I'm not going to do it.
So what was the kind of the mood like at the end of all of that?
Oh, the war games was, you know, it was coming to the end of a long time. We were very, you know, we didn't have to say, it was very sad for us. It was, you know, no action required when we were actually saying goodbye to each other, even though we rehearsed, you know, for a week in the studios. You always think you rehearse it, then it comes to the red light coming on, and you gulp, you know, and you thought, that's it, well, we'll never see each other again. And we were having such a happy time. People said, oh, wasn't Patrick getting miserable towards the end and upset? And wasn't it hard work? I remember shooting a few episodes, going on holiday for about 4 weeks in the summer, a few more episodes, Christmas off, a few more episodes, summer holiday. I didn't feel, did you ever feel this kind of treadmill hard work? No.
but then we're whingers basically, aren't we? So we kind of, our definition of hard work is really not quite the same as other people's definition of hard work, if we're honest. You know, I mean, I listened to somebody, one of those actors at one of those awards things recently saying, oh, I thought it was a very, doing this part was very brave. I thought, no, it's not. We're not brave at all. And we kind of get slightly under about hard work. But you know, I suppose there are moments, aren't there, those long studio days where you think, oh, you know, this is all really. But then, as you say, we go off holiday for 4 weeks and recover nicely.
Hard work is putting out washes, 1,000 washes an hour or something, or going down the street that couldn't be mine. You know, that's
great.
That's great.
So you mentioned, Peter, that you kind of decided almost at the start that you were going to do 3 years. I mean, was there a point at which you thought maybe you could do more, or were you ready to go?
Well, when I had to make the decision, which was weirdly at the end of the second season, about what to do, there was a moment where I thought, well, maybe, why couldn't I just do 4? But well, I knew that when I made the decision to actually leave, that I just felt in my head that it was the right thing to do. There's always that moment when you do the last story and you actually hand over to the next doctor. That's always very difficult. Even if you made the decision to leave and go, I really want to move on. And I even had another job in the office. It was still, you know, you see this outrageous imposter, Colin Baker, dressed in my costume, lying on the floor, and that you think, oh, why did I do that? And it's just one of those things that it's fine, you know, it is, you do kind of feel it becomes yours. And maybe they should just cancel it when you leave.
I think that this could be, why am I writing myself out of work?
Oh yes, exactly.
This could be the last job I'm ever going to do.
Isn't that the case with like every series that runs for a length of time? I mean,
and so it is an absolute honour for me to share the stage with the amazing Mr. Brian Blessed. Well, that's the first question, then, isn't it? It just started with me to continue. Be comfortable.
Yes, indeed.
I put on my Facebook, I said, anybody like to ask Mr. Blessed a question? Every single one of them ended with Gordon's alive. But I got a few good ones. This one is from Mr. Josh Harris. Mr. Josh Harris, he said, back in the 1960s when you worked on Z-Cars, you goosed my grandfather. Eric Mason, one of the set builders, and he goes on about it to this very day. And the question I would like to ask you is, have you goosed anybody really famous?
Oh, well, I've always had a healthy disrespect. I'll have to say. I've always had a healthy disrespect for great actors. And one of the great actors, some of you may not have heard of, was Sir John Gielgud. Very like that, he should talk like that. Sir John Gielgud was one of the great actors of the National Theatre. And I was in a play next door, and he had to pass me in the corridor every night, and I had to grab his ass. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Have some respect. I'm a great actor. A great actor, my ass. And apparently, he said. Actually, Peter Hall, who's then the producer and director of the National Theatre, said, Brian, can I have a word with you? Would you please refrain from grabbing Sir John's buttocks? He says you're bruising his buttocks. It's all right. And so I gave him a rest, and he came in his dressing room, opened his cupboard, and I was in his cupboard. He
He said to Michael Bryan, you know, that Brian Blessed is a terrible man, but he's a lovely bit of rough. Have I answered this question, Edison?
You want to keep on the move?
No, I'm not talking about, I'm telling you now. Brian, you've won for Galahad of Everest. You've won Best Actor at the Tenerife Film Festival. And there was Kevin Costner there and Daniel Day-Lewis pissing themselves in laughter. And I said, but I don't act in it, I just climb a mountain. And I was given this structure, it was 2 bones on a bit of rock. And I took it home, and my Jack Russell ate it that night. Jack Russell.
Why weren't you in the opening ceremony of the Olympics?
Well, I must say, because Ken Branagh's a bit of a buff. He was rubbish, love. I know he's directed me in 5 films, love, but next time I see him, I'll chin him.
My wife hates
Look, I'll say it now, I'm not bitter. He's just got a knighthood. I mean, Jacobi's got a knighthood. Ian McKellen's got a knighthood. Ben Kay, they've all got bloody knight. Patrick Stewart, my own mate, when I was a young lad in Yorkshire, and he's a bloody fire risk. And they've all got bloody knighthoods. I want to be a baron.
Oh, no, again, right.
I know the Queen didn't get by the way, the Queen about 2 years ago said, we watch Flash Gordon all the time, me and the grandchildren. And from I'm saying Gordon's alive, sorry, Gordon's alive! She goes, thank you so much. We've not given you anything. Yes, I'd like to be a baron. I don't think I can get baroness. So I'm up for a baron.
Well, my wife hates Kenneth Branagh because my wife got invited to be in the opening ceremony playing the steel pan. She's a musician, and she's with the oldest marching steel band in England. Yes. And they marched around with they did a whole reproduction of the Notting Hill Carnival. They had the Windrush ship come on. And when you actually see the opening ceremony of the Olympics, the camera's the whole bloody time on Kenneth Branagh. She never even was seen. They rehearsed for 15 weeks. Not even on it. I all hate Kenneth Branagh.
I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Ken Branagh and I have a father-son relationship. Ever since he became the 5th, and I know him at Stratford. And I'm the son and he's the father. But he's not a lovey. He's a really kind of natural, gorgeous man.
Have you goosed him yet?
Oh, no, I goose him all the time. I used to goose Richard Bryan. They want me to talk about him. I'm going to talk about him on BBC 2 this week. I don't think they'll print what I'm going to talk about. I was always grabbing his ass. And now, I'm Paul Schofield. Oh, Brian, leave me alone, leave me alone. I know, you know, years and years ago, I used to sit in the front seat of the Lyceum, in the Lyceum, with Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart I've always known since he was 9 years of age, my oldest friend. And we'd be at the Lyceum, you know, seeing these great actors. And one of the great ones was Sir Donald Wolford. Oh, a great King Lear. Harold Peter Stubbs writing because he'd seen Wolford as King Lear, the greatest King Lear of all time. This remarkable actor. And he played all kinds of parts that week besides King Lear. And at the end of the week, he'd be holding onto the curtain. And Patrick Stewart was there, and I was there. He was at 9 and I was 11. And he suddenly said, "Hello, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And next week, I shall be presented by Hamlet. And my good wife will be playing Ophelia." And a man from the back said, "Your wife's a bloody whore!" And he replied, "Nevertheless, she will be playing." You couldn't face it. Sent off. Anyway, I have to say, in the film, in the film, None of the Man Sure, I'm the villain in the film, but I'm the only one who doesn't sing. And I'm the only one in the film who can sing. And so, anyway, I sing Harry Andrews' song, "Hail Knight of the Woeful Countenance." Harry Andrews, you've seen him in the hill with his bald head, that marvellous big voice. Harry Andrews, wonderful. He died about a couple of years ago. And he was known for drying in Shakespeare. Yes, he used to dry all the time and talk utter shite. And Stratford. And there was one. So I talked to him about this because I did his song for him in the film. Hail Knight of the Wilful Countenance. Anyway, this is true, Harry. Anyway, Gilda was in it, and Michael Bryan told me about it, and so forth. And there is a scene in which Harry played Brutus. And Brutus says, when they're about to kill Julius Caesar and plan it, he says, let us not be butchers, Cassius. Let us carve him as a dish, fit for the gods. And on the first night, he got so nervous, he went, let us not be butchers, Cassius. Let us carve him as a fish. A dish. A fish dish. Fit for the dogs. And Gilbert went, oh Christ. Left the bloody stage. I have to say, this here. At the Royal Shakespeare Company, I had my big day there, and it was Hamlet. And Roger Rees's Hamlet, and Ken Branagh was there to tease us when I first met him, and I was the evil Claudius. And at the beginning of it, Royal Shakespeare Company, beyond sex, lighting everywhere, hundreds of extras, and bells all chiming for my coronation, and everyone then walks to the side of the stage, and there was absolute silence. And I walked on in silver and gold, with Virginia McKenna by my side. And I was just about to speak, and I just heard, I cannot go with farts. So I had 5 pages of and I talked, I did the whole drawing with a voice like that, oh, yeah, we do it like that. And I was almost sacked on the spot. I then on the Royal Shakespeare Company. I mean, it's really a kind of a tribute to Richard Briers, Dickie Briers. But one of the great actors, one of the great actors who was Regent's Park. Oh, God, what's his name? Oh, God!
Kenneth Branagh?
No, one of the great old actors, what's his name? Oh, my God! Oh, Robert Atkins, that's it! Robert Atkins was the great old actor. 9 years at the Royal Shakespeare Company, and then they sacked him. And they were sponsored by Flowers Ale, the Stratford company, which was a beer, Flowers Ale. And they sacked him just like that, when he'd done so brilliantly. And we talked about Robert. He was very much like that, Robert. And they said to him, would you mind making the speech on the last night? They said, there will be there. And the lords and ladies said, yes, and on the last night, the curtain was up, and he stepped forward and said, I've only got one thing to say. Flowers Ale is piss. I didn't intend any of this. I didn't do a Jimmy Savile out crack on that. I would have shagged the planet. I've kept under lock and key. 28,000 letters a day.
And you used to waste your time goosing men.
Okay. Anyway, Andrew Osborne. No one's ever asked this question. And Andrew Osborne, when I finished in Z Cars, I was going to go in the Three Musketeers. Of Portos on the BBC, straight from Francis Smith to Portos. He said, you know, we think we've got William Hartnell, we've had this very old doctor. And look, a young man, I was 27. We think we'd like you with your imagination to be Doctor Who. He said, fine, fine. And then a few days later he just said, we've worked it out. You're just a bit too young. But I've always thought that there's a case for somebody, Doctor Who, to be Eastern. Because his name is Who. So that I've always felt it could be Chinese or Japanese.
Yeah, but I'm like stuck on those last year.
So it's just as well. But I was offered in, then it was taken away. I know.
Okay, I've got, can I have your beard? No, that's not a good one. Who does your plastering? Oh, did they want you to play Hagrid?
I must say that when I'm going to be doing this tribute to Richard Wright's next week on television, and I didn't give a damn. I'm very happy, not envious of anybody. I'm very happy with my lot. But Dickie Bryant went on the radio and television and newspaper saying, why is he not playing Haggard? He loves animals, he loves dragons, he loves dinosaurs, he loves it. Why not? And he's playing Haggard. So he led a campaign.
And you had to goose the director.
I know, yes. I would love to have played it. Yeah.
My friend Piers Britton says, ask him if it is true that he taught Patrick Stewart everything he knows.
I mean, that's why he's a wooden talk. Sorry, Patrick. I love him. But he is a fire risk. No, he's not. I have to tell you, I was at Nottingham Rec when I first left drama school, £4.19 and 6 a week, AS7 small parts. And Valmaid's productions, and in Nottingham, they were the best productions in Britain at the time, better than Birmingham Rec, which I went to eventually. But I was at Nottingham Rec, building the sets, playing leading parts, not small parts. And a young man came to the stage door one day and he said, hello, I've always wanted to work backstage in the theatre. I just got out of the army, I'm a captain, I've got plenty of money, I don't need to be paid. I said, well, you've got to be paid £1 a week, the minimum. I said, are you any good with wood? He said, yes, I am, and he was good with wood. He said, we'd help build the sets. But he couldn't act for bloody toffee. You know, I would give him a line now and again, and it was terrible. And as a challenge, I taught him, I said, look, I'm going to get you an audition. It's a challenge, because no one's more dreadful than you are as an actor. I'll teach you a Shakespeare, and you must just keep still. I'll teach you every intonation in the speech, right? And then I'll teach you a North Country speech. You sit in a chair, don't move. And you are North Country anyway. So I did this, got him an audition for Oldham Rec. And I thought, well, that's really fun of it. And he phoned me up that evening and said, oh God, he said, I've been offered a part. Oldham Rec, he said, I'm playing myself, really. And that night, on the first night, Granada Television were in there, and they cast him in Coronation Street, Bill Roach. So, every time I see Bill, I say, don't bloody move, although you can't bloody act. So I'm responsible for Ken Barlow.
Yes.
We're off the script.
We'll only do one or two more of these. A lady asks, is it true that the sound you make on achieving orgasm triggers earthquakes?
That's a very serious question. The main thing is not to shoot backwards. No, it doesn't, not on Earth. It actually sends orgasms on Mars and Venus. But my powers are much further afield. By the way, I don't take that bloody blue pill, for God's sake. I'll still shag anything that moves. You move! I'm sick of all that. They give me all this crap sex in the papers. Gee, hell. Take this pill, take that pill, bollocks. Bollocks. God, they talk such tosh. They know bugger all about sex, love. I mean, the French letters, the French letters, the condoms we had when I was 14, love, they were like best quality roofing felt. You have an orgasm, one of them will take your bloody knob off. I'll have to say, while we're on about knobs, that, when I went to the North Pole, because there's no end to my talent, I'm the oldest man to get to the bloody North Pole. I'm sick of hearing that we British. I was in the mail the other day that we're losers all the time. We climb Annapurna South Face, we climb the south-west face of Everest. Nobody could climb in the British climbing, for God's sake. What about Fines, Alan Higgs? We've got marvellous people, what was I talking about? What? Snob! Well, when I went to the North Pole, every hour you travel 8 hours a day before you put your tent. 7 degrees, 8 degrees, 9 degrees below zero, with a wind chill factor of 120. And every hour you have to stop, eat chocolate, etc., etc. And then, of course, every 3 hours you've got to have a pee. And they all gather around you and keep the wind away from you. And you've got 15 seconds to have a pee, otherwise your knob will fall off. I just thought I'd tell you that out.
Eating chocolate is compulsory. This is where I want to live.
It is. I mean, it is. But I mean, but in actual fact, it really is lethal. So I mean, I think Fines looks as though he's really damaged his hand. He took the glove off. So his expedition is over. They're trying to get him to the Russian base in Antarctica at the moment. He took off his gloves and to adjust his skis, and was immediately, because it's winter, and he was immediately hit his hand, and I think he's in danger of losing his entire hand. I'm sorry, that's a somber note. But you've got to be really tough to go to these. He's an amazing man. He's a tough, gorgeous man. But anyway.
Sure, you're going back, aren't you?
Yes. Yes, I'm going to do the Antarctic this year. I'm going back to the Arctic with a Russian expedition, etc. But what I don't think, so all of you, those of you who don't know, I mean, my biggest love in life, I suppose that's why I'm here. I love science fiction, good science fiction. I know lots of scientists. Yeah. You know, I was brought up with Dan Dare and all that. Pilot of the Future, and the War of the Worlds and things like this. When I was a child, on the radio, all that was on the radio. So I mean, Flash Gordon in black and white, and I always played Voltron. When they came out of the cinema, I never dreamt that one day I'd actually play. But my love is space. Do you know, Christ, I mean, my sugars. In the late 40s and 50s, we had Blue Streak, Black Arrow, and Black Knight. I'm just talking about young people now. We had Blue Streak, Black Arrow, Black Knight. We had the Woman Rocket Range. We were on the verge of going to the moon. Britain are great scientists. We made radar over a weekend in the war. That's how good our bloody scientists are. Anyway, the government at the time cancelled the whole project. It wasn't expensive. As Colin Pillinger said to me, you know, Brain, we would have been on Mars. I know. And it was cancelled. It was kind of, you know, when I was 6, I was told at school, in my infant school, that there were other planets besides the Earth. What, Mars? I came to Little Red Mars when I was 6 years of age. I wanted to go. I have been heartbroken ever since. But we are not there. What are they doing? Now, the thing is, I go and attend now all these functions. I have to say that we have got, there are 700 space agencies, and in Britain, in Abingdon, in the Midlands there, 100 square miles, scientists, young scientists and everything, we are making Skylon, the first space plane to the moon, because they found helium-3 on the moon. Helium-3 bounces off the Earth, and it lands on the moon. And I've got trillions of tons of it on the moon. And 1 ton of helium-3 will give Britain pollution-free fuel for 5,000 years. So the moon is going to save us. And I'm part of this program. You get on internet, Skylon, you'll hear a bit of a narration. And I'm working with them. They're building 7. Our scientists have got together in spite of the government. Government, keep out the way. And they formed their own companies. We have thousands of young scientists, young people. It's going to bring so much work for people. Our future is space. We're not just meant for here. We are the children of stardust. We belong out there as well. On Mars, the moon, elsewhere, new forms of energy, new forms, bathyspheres, all kinds of things for plants and biospheres that we can create out there. New forms of Olympics, new forms of art. You do it. So I'm part of the whole space program. And of course, I can announce it fully now, because it has fully happened to me, but I have just completed the entire space program in Russia, and Moscow, at the Space Center in Moscow, in Baikonur, in MiG-25s, MiG-29s, training for Soyuz, on the centrifuge, the Hydra, and then in Reunion Island, wearing advanced prototype Martian suits, being filmed up there with NASA, and I'm now at 76, a fully qualified cosmonaut, and I'm going to go in space. So, ladies and gentlemen, go and follow it. Go and do it. We all belong out there as well as here. And science fiction has inspired me all my life.
And I think it's one of those things which is probably very much what he's saying.
Yes.
You know, that, and I think, quite frankly, it has been a magical experience for me to be on the stage and meet yourself, and I think this entire audience will agree with me that you have made the world a slightly better place to be in than 4 years back.
As I said, you go, follow your dream, and don't let the bastards grind you down, as I said. Follow them. But I was saying that, Mesna, I'm going now, that Brian Blessed is not scared of anything. They go to the North Pole, and I love life, I have no fear about death, bugger off death. So, but about 2 years ago, I'm going now, Granada Television said, would I be Pavarotti in Stars in Their Eyes? And I said, no, I can't be Pavarotti. And Ken Branagh for the first time said, you go Web Everest, you can go to the South Pole, you go to the North Pole. Now you're scared. I said, no. When I was in Cats, the musical, Domingo used to come all the time. And he and Carreras and Di Stefano and all kinds of people all bowed to Luciano Pavarotti. I said, I called him Maestro. I said, why? He said, Brian, because he's perfect. My voice said, Placido Domingo is a bit true. It's a bit fruity. So is Carreras. His voice is perfect. And no one can do his voice, Brian. No one can sing like that. So I said, that's why, Ken, I can't possibly insult Pavarotti. So I was offered it 5 times. Around £150,000 for charity. And it's a charity. So I then stupidly said, I'll do it. I don't know if you saw it. I came through the mist, and the makeup was amazing. I thought it's Pavarotti. The makeup was just black, and I could see his face, and then, for Christ, he's here. Oh, shit, he's here. And it was me, of course, me. I would need a piano. I don't know how to make the notes, because you do really need the piano. But give you an idea that I will always respond to any challenge, and particularly in honour of him. And I came on, and they stood up the audience and cheered. They cheered and cheered because I looked terrific as Pavarotti. And then the cheering stopped, and they thought, well, he looks like him. He'll never sound like him. And the shock in their faces when I suddenly get... Sul sole, chi è bello in me, oh solo mio, sta davanti a te, oh sole mio, sta davanti a te, sta davanti a te.
Hello cosplay people, YouTubers alike. I am now heading, as you can see, towards the cosplay final. I've got 5 minutes to get there, so I should be fairly rushed. I've got a busy day. Got Peter Davison's autograph, photo taken with him, so stuff. Then F1 fastest lap competition, I think I won. Did a 1:33.4. Could have got a 32.9 out of it, but there we go. I'm hoping to do some crazy golf tomorrow. Right, head home. So I'm going to switch off now. I'm about to head into the thing for the cosplay final. So wish me luck. Bye bye. Final went okay, ended up finishing third. It was only like the first two that got prize, so I ended up finishing third. Did okay. Met some new people, met some old friends. I say old friends, people who were older. Bumped into Raymond, I had to say hello in that, which is quite weird. Some guy dressed as 9 from District 9 ended up winning the cosplay final with a good costume. A couple of stands of some girls. Got a couple of pieces, so it's alright, all good. It is now nearly 25 to 2. Tomorrow, for the remainder of the evening, I had taken part in an F1 challenge to see who could set the fastest lap in a Red Bull or Silverstone. Originally it was my 1 minute 38, then it got slashed to 1:37, then I beat that, got 1:37 something, then I got slashed again to 1:36.7, so I knew the time was there. I ended up doing 1 minute 35, and then I beat it again and did 1 minute 34.7. Then that got beat by 2/10, 34.557. Then I slashed it and did a 1 minute 33.7, and I beat that again with a 1 minute 33.468. So last time I checked, things stand, my time was the fastest. So I have the option of either playing mini golf tomorrow or finding out whether my lap was successful. I still think there's a 32 in there somewhere if I pushed hard enough, but I guess it's going to flat through all the main corners as you can go off. So, you know, we've all had fun. I have. There was. Sort of glanced at us from a distance today. Didn't really see and speak to. So that's it really. 25 to 2 in the morning. It's Sunday. I'm going to switch off now. Hello YouTubers, finally back in my room, back in Saxon. The time is, it's about maybe 10 o'clock, and just finishing up on the day. Really had a fun weekend, got lots of photos taken. There's an album up on the Saxon cosplayer page, which I'm going to leave a link for in the box below. It is, if it's not already, on my normal Facebook page. I'll put it up on there anyway, so I'll leave a link for that below as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've worked out overall total blogging time for the two will be 2 hours and 10 minutes. That's for part 1 midnight and part 2 sci-fi weekender. That is pretty much about it. Big thanks to the Sci-Fi Weekender team for putting on another amazing event. And so still my brother, half brother Darryl, for agreeing to come along and taking lots of photos for me. And also other thing as well. I won £200 worth of games in the trading zone. Sci-Fi Weekend was challenge, set the fastest time in a Red Bull, because they were the different age groups. There was a 12 and then, well, there was a 12 to 18. There was 12 and under. Then you got the under 18s, and then you got the 18s till the 30. And ironically, the guy I was competing against was one of the Insomnia gaming team. His fastest lap was, well, at the start mine was a 139, then a 138, then he did a 137, then I beat that again, then he did a 136, then I beat that, did a 135, then I did a 134.7, he beat that by a few tenths, did a 134.5. I came back and I thought, you know what, that's beatable. So my first flying light round I did a 1 minute 33.7, and then I was told, no one's going to beat it, you're fine. I thought, nah, I'll go faster. Half a second quicker, more or less. 133.4. And if it hadn't been for the slide I had to the DRS open through Cup's Corner, I would have been a 32.9. So all in all, very pleased with myself. It's pretty much the end of the blog now. Everything is all done. I'm going to sign off now. After that, it's Wales Comic Con on the 28th of April at Glendower University. So the blog that I do for that will not only go in my event blog playlist, but also in my uni playlist, so it will be in both playlists. After that, it's Sheffield Triples, which is in May, which is over a weekend, and I'll be portraying as the 10th Doctor for the first time this year in the End of Time Part 1, with the hat and the sort of Hawaiian thing has around the neck, and the brown t-shirt and the blue shirt and the suit, obviously, and the coat. Not quite sure what I'll be doing after that. Hopefully at some point try and get the photo shoot organised with Andy Webster for the 10th Doctor and Henry Saxon as well. So that's what it's looking like in a minute. Any more changes, they'll be on the page and in the update blogs as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the blog. The longest blog I've done to date is 2 hours 10 minutes, as I've already mentioned. So hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will be doing another recording soon. Okay, bye for now.